want to mention that I am your point of contact if you wish to do business with MSA.
Stop right there. This is the point of contact should you want to do business with the Maryland Stadium Authority.
It's so important to the state of Maryland and what the governor and what we want to do in terms of building our competitiveness and making Maryland a leader. We understand how important and critical our small businesses are.
So you know that the goal of this channel is to help you as much as possible become disruptors in whatever industry that you're in. And you know how when you go to certain events like business events or networking events or even some community events, and there's always a couple of talking heads there that just want to hear themselves talk, and in the back of your mind what you're saying is, could you please hurry up so I can get to the part that I really want to get to? Well, listen up. Because this video is not the talking heads video. It is strictly about informing you about opportunities in the state of Maryland that you very well may not know about. So make sure you pay attention. So if that sounds good to you, why don't you go ahead and hit that like button so we can get going. Yo! Hey DMV, my favorite place to be. Hey DMV, my favorite place to be. Hey DMV, my favorite place to be. Earlier this year, the Bi-County Business Roundtable hosted a networking reception down here at the National Harbor and talked to businesses about how to do business with the state of Maryland. They had state agencies talking about upcoming procurement opportunities and how to do business with them. So come on with me and learn how to network, learn what the opportunities are, and how to do business with the state of Maryland. Let's go. Let's give it up for Cloudforce.
I'm not going to give a speech. Okay. I know everybody's here to enjoy the drinks and enjoy the good weather, enjoy some good networking. So I just want to thank everybody for showing up. I want to thank our host, Bi-County Business Roundtable. I am the CEO of Cloudforce. There are a number of our employees here. You'll notice them because they have a giant Cloudforce across their chest. So if you're interested in anything cloud technology related, we are the fastest growing cloud consultancy in Prince George's.
The reason why we are all here, and that is to network and try to understand and find business opportunities. We got the new Secretary of Commerce, who's a good friend of mine, Kevin Anderson. I have the good people from the Maryland Stadium Authority here. I have the good people from Trade Point Atlantic that is really doing some wonderful things down there. And they have pledged to commit $300 million to small minority-owned business.
MBE means very much to us with the Stadium Authority. Before I begin, though, I want to introduce the team that's here. Gary McGuigan is the head of our Capital Projects Development Group. He's in charge of the very large projects that we do across the state. Lisa Johnson is the head of Compliance and Risk Management, and what she does is make sure that if MBEs are hired, that they actually get work, they actually get paid, so that it's actually meaningful. And Jai Wait, who runs procurement for our Capital Projects Development Group, she's the person you want to see to talk about process, how you get involved. I just want to say quickly, the Stadium Authority was founded after the Colts left in order to keep baseball in Maryland, attract football. The state has asked us to take on some larger construction programs and projects. And just to name a couple, the $1.1 billion Baltimore City Schools program, where we're going to do more schools than we expected. The MBE percentage the goal was 30%, and I believe we achieved 32.7%. We created 1,400 plus jobs for local residents. Because of that, we're doing the $2.2 billion statewide school construction program. Again, there'll be lots of opportunities.
I just want to mention that I am your point of contact if you wish to do business with MSA.
Stop right there. This is the point of contact should you want to do business with the Maryland Stadium Authority. No, come on, Robbie. I just want to show you off like a model. This is your point of contact. I can't stress that enough. I think I'm talking as loud as I can. Make sure that before you leave, that she has your business card and you have her contact information. Should you want to do business with the Maryland Stadium Authority, this is your point of contact. Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you very much. I brought with me a list of procurements that will be advertised in the very near future, so please take advantage of that. I will pass that information around. I can also walk you through the process of doing business with us. I will say that for our capital projects, we normally utilize the request for proposals or RFP process for these large, complex projects. So it means we generally issue the RFP solicitation, then we conduct a pre-proposal conference, we conduct a site visit as well, and I always urge firms, particularly minority-owned businesses and small businesses, to participate in these events because it's a great opportunity for you to network with the firms that are serious about pursuing the project as a prime. It also gives you an opportunity to get your name and your credentials out there and maybe pursue partnerships with other firms. Even if you think your firm is too small to pursue the project as a prime, maybe you can look for partnering opportunities or also see if you can engage in a joint venture. So I always encourage you to participate in these events. Once we conduct the site visit, we give all of our offers an opportunity to ask questions related to the procurement, questions regarding minimum qualifications, questions about any requirements that we are requesting through the RFP, questions regarding the scope of work. So please make sure you also take advantage of that time period to understand the project better and to make sure that we are addressing your needs and your questions related to the project. And hopefully we can keep it as competitive as possible.
Make sure you get her contact information so she can regurgitate what she just said, and you guys will be in a great position because they're trying to exceed their MBE goal. We have now a more robust list of small businesses, not only here in Prince George's County, but throughout the state of Maryland, of small minority-owned businesses that are poised and ready to do business. That make sure you have the bonding capacity and other things to make sure that there are no barriers in which you're being turned away.
A couple things that I wanted to touch on is, so compliance begins at the beginning of the project. When you submit your bid and you submit those MBE forms, I know that they can be tricky. Please reach out to us. We will answer any questions that you need. We work very closely with procurement. I have 3 compliance officers on my team who are experts in filling out the MBE forms and can help you with that. Secondly, MSA uses an online compliance system. It's called B2G Now, and that takes the place of you having to mail in those old forms, the D4A and the D4B and the D5.
We have several projects out there related to, the first one is design services for the Wayne K. Curry Civic Plaza right here in Largo. We also have advertised recently stadium improvements for the Prince George's County Stadium, minor league baseball stadium. So we're very excited about that project as well. And we will have some other projects coming up in the very near future related to the development of the Blue Line. Go to our website, it's www.mdstad.com, and all of our contracting opportunities are there. They can go to a tab at the top that reads Doing Business with MSA, and then click on that and you will see the tab for contracting opportunities.
So we've learned about some of the opportunities already here in Maryland. Hopefully you like what you've learned so far. If so, go ahead and drop a like right here. And while you're at it, go ahead and hit that subscribe button too. And stay tuned because we're not done yet.
Point Atlantic. How many people know where Sparrows Point is in Baltimore? Know what it did for this country, right? So 8 years ago, my company set aside time to redevelop the 3,300-acre former steel mill and grow it into one of the world's most efficient global logistics facilities. We're about halfway through our project, but we have a very daunting task ahead of us on this next major phase. We've built about 10 million square feet of industrial global logistics facilities, and we have more to go. Currently, there's now 12,000 people reporting to work every day at TradePoint Atlantic, and over $2 billion have been invested. But again, there's more to go, and a lot we're here to talk about is how we're hoping to program that. We partnered with Jason Williams to make sure that we have a thoughtful approach to partnering with small business. And I'm going to give you a little bit of a preview of the TradePoint Atlantic Empowerment Academy, where we wrap our arms around you in every way possible, bring you through an 8-week program. And at the end of that 8-week program, you'll have the capacity, you'll have the partnership, and you have the commitment of TradePoint Atlantic to work with you as a preferred vendor in our project. The other major project that we're going to be undertaking is building out probably the country's first privately owned container terminal that will grow the Port of Baltimore. We have partnered with MSC, which is the world's largest shipping company, to come to Maryland, to come to Baltimore, to grow the port. They could have picked any port along the East Coast, and they chose Baltimore. They chose Maryland on how to do this. And when you land a company like that in joint venture with a company like TradePoint Atlantic, that's long-term stability and stability for this region.
So TradePoint made a commitment to say, well, why don't we wrap our arms around businesses to not just give them a contract, but give them a pathway to success so they can grow from a subcontractor to a prime contractor.
Okay.
We want to create more prime contractors, and TradePoint's made that commitment to
We have funding and financing mechanisms to get you in early start tech, to get you in workforce development, to get you through midterm capital if you need that, to get you through your bonding, to help even mid-sized companies. But you got to show up, and you have to really sit down and understand where you want to be and apply with those opportunities. We have every fund I can think of in order to be able to support the infrastructure, in order to be able to reach those goals. And then in the bigger picture, it's so important to the state of Maryland and what the governor and what we want to do in terms of building our competitiveness and making Maryland a leader. We understand how important and critical our small businesses are and what needs to happen. So it's even more important for our small business faction to continue to create that piece of our economy that we rely on. 23 counties in Baltimore City, Prince George's County is one of the strongest.
Hopefully you learned a lot today about how to do business with the state of Maryland, how to network, and how to learn about where the opportunities are. If you liked anything about this video today, please go ahead and hit that like button, and also go ahead and subscribe while you're at it too, especially if you want to see more videos about how to start, run, and grow a business. Thank you, and I'll see you on the next video.